Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Makeup Deborah Hannigan, and in today's video, oh my god, you're going to die because I let my husband pick my makeup. So in the next bit of my video, you're going to see Keith picking out my makeup and what he actually picked. But he didn't do too bad, to be fair. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So this is the main man here himself. This is Keith, my husband. So he is going to pick my makeup, which I'm not going to lie, pretty terrified about. But he's looking, thinking, what am I going to choose for her? So without further ado, right, okay, so I'm just going to turn my camera around and he can pick the bronzers and stuff like that, so you can see exactly it is him picking it. And I have not, haven't I not? No. Told you what to pick or anything, right? So pray for me.
This one.
I knew you were going to say that. I actually love this bronzer, okay. This one, oh, I haven't used this in ages, right? No, everything that's shiny, I had this Jeffree Star, I don't mind that at all.
Oh, this one, sure.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Looks.
I know the one I'm going for.
You know the one you're going for? Right, okay.
I haven't used it yet.
I haven't used it yet. Oh! Oh, you're right, I didn't use that yet. I don't think I've used that either.
Yeah, I'll chance some, sure.
Chance that, right, okay, so...
I'll go for shiny.
Go for that one. Right, okay, this is the Urban Decay All-Nighter, so that's grand, we'll do that. So this is my like little highlighter box, and again, this is just like a few of many that I have, but if you want to have like a wee rummage around and kind of pick a wee highlighter.
Yeah.
This one? Okay, got it. So next is blush. So if you want to pick a wee blush. That's what you're picking? Yeah. Okay. Picking a lipstick out of all those.
This one here looks mad.
That is not mad whatsoever, but okay, that'll do. Okay, so now we can go ahead and get started with exactly everything Keith picked out. He picked out the Primed and Poreless Pore Blemishing Blurring Face Primer, which is the Too Faced one. It's mattifying, skin smoothing formula, and I do actually like this. Let me just grab a hairband actually real quick. Get that hair out of the way. So Keith went ahead then and picked the Urban Decay All-Nighter. Let's just apply it and see how we get on. I actually do remember this foundation does dry in a little bit darker than what it looks like, so be careful of that. And I actually like this foundation. This foundation is great if you have oily skin. So there we have the foundation applied. Do you know what, actually, I do remember though, whenever I do use this foundation, I normally mix it with another foundation because I find it dries in matte. I just prefer something more dewy, but it kind of looks a wee bit dewy there. Maybe I just didn't give it a better chance or a good chance. Anyway, for concealer, I think he picked out everything that was shiny, and that's no word of a lie. He picked the Jeffree Star concealer. This is literally the second time that I have put this on, so I do know that it is quite white, but I don't really mind that. I actually like a brighter under eye, but it's completely personal preference. This is in the shade C5. This was his most popular one, and that's why I went for it. I'm just going to go in then with my damp beauty blender and blend that out. She's real bright. So for powder, Keith actually picked one that I had from like ages ago that I only ever used a few times, but I remember did say that it was good, and then I just completely forgot about it. But it is the Revolution Baking Powder in the shade White. I do remember also saying that the lid's very small to put the powder under, and I actually like to put my powder into the lid and then swirl it around the brush, but this lid's so damn small. It's like, I'm just going to take a smaller brush because again, with the small lid situation, I'm just gonna bake underneath my eyes. I'm gonna take that powder and I'm gonna fluff it around my face. This might leave it really actually like quite matte. Oh god, what is going on here? What is that about? Okay, so I don't know if you can see that. It's not blending. I did like this powder, but I think it was because the Revolution concealer was underneath it. This Jeffree Star one, I don't know if it's like sticking to it or what the story is, but we'll just have to try and buff it out anyway. But you know what? See, for the price point, that is actually a really good buy. I can't actually remember the price of it, but I know it was definitely under a tenner, if not under a fiver. So I mean, we can't even really complain. And you know that I'm all about the Laura Mercier powder, but it is €42. So I mean, sometimes you have to improvise with these things. And once you're finished fluffing, you're going to go onto your bronzer, which to my amazement, no, not to my amazement, he actually did pick out this, and I think it's because of the packaging, which is very clever, because when you have nice packaging, you tend to reach for it, don't you? I mean, so I'm just gonna apply that right now onto the contour area. For people that can contour really well, and this is just the way I do it. I'm not saying that I'm an absolute expert, because I'm definitely not. One thing I will say though, see, it's the Jeffree Star concealer. It's really hard to blend in other products on top of it. I am noticing that, and it's definitely the concealer, because I have used that powder before, and it is definitely not what's going on. I think it may be the Jeffree Star concealer, which I am really not loving at the minute, because if it's going to end up like this, that's not something that I want. So yeah, that's quite a bit of a bummer. We'll try and blend it in. I do know that I feel like the Jeffree Star concealer is quite sticky. It's a very thick formula. I'm gonna blend it in a wee bit more now. I'm not 100% certain about it. It definitely is the wrong shade, so maybe if I got another shade and tried it again. I don't know what to make it. Did I just miss a bit? Oh my god, Deborah, what are you doing with your makeup today? Did I mention I really love this bronzer? Now, it's not the darkest of bronzers, so just be wary of that. But you know what? You can just put a dark bronzer down and put this over it. It is, oh my god, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to attempt to do a nose contour once again. I'm not the best at nose contours, but in saying that, I am getting used to it and I am quite liking it. And bring that right up into the eyebrows. Next up, this is a very sad moment for me, because I did a video testing the Ofra collection and I deleted it by accident out of my phone, and it could not be recovered, and I was very sad about it. But I am going to redo it, but I did tell Kate to pick out the makeup, but this is what he picked out. He picked out this lovely wee blush by Ofra, and this is in Candy Apple. It is actually a really nice blush. There is another one that I got as well from Ofra, and oh my god, it is absolutely gorgeous, because I just couldn't seem to get away from the MAC ones, because they are, well, one, they're really good, and two, there's loads of shades. But these wee blushes are actually very pigmented and very good. Do not judge my brush. I just grabbed the blush. Just be careful, because there does be some fallout, so be careful, because this is actually, these go on really pigmented. So I'm just going to dust it off a wee bit on my hand, because I just know how pigmented they are. See what I'm saying? Pigments there. I really love these blushes. I'm definitely going to order some more, because they're so good. I would say though, I am not loving the Jeffree Star concealer. I don't think my makeup's sitting right on it. It definitely is the concealer, because I never had these issues before, but it just seems to be like, I don't know, just like, I don't know, sitting there, and I'm just not impressed. I don't know if I should try it again though and use a different powder. Maybe that might do something, but for now, no. I'll never get on anybody's PR, do you know that? Because people are going to be like, oh no, she's not really promoting that product, but at the end of the day, people need to know, like, it's just not blending very nice together. Do you know what I mean? So that I'm not too sure at all. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so next up, he did pick my brows, and he picked Inglot. Okay, so I had this for quite a while, so I did notice that it's quite dried up. But let me just have a wee feel of it. Oh no, actually it could be alright. I'm just going to brush my hairs up the way, and then I'm going to apply the Inglot, and this is in the shade number 16. And I haven't used this in ages. This is all I took out of it, and I haven't used it in so long, but I remember it was decent enough. But I'm just not a wild fan of pomades, mainly because they dry out so quickly and you're paying all that money. These ones here, they weren't that expensive, so I mean, they're fine. Because I haven't used this in so long, I forgot actually how decent this is. This is actually really a good wee pomade, and I thought it was actually dried in, but using it now, it's actually really good, and it's fine. I can't believe that I didn't use this. I'm going to actually use this more often. I quite like that. So yeah, that is the Inglot in number 16. We'll be using that again. I'm going to note to self, because I didn't even realize that I had it in my drawer, but there you go. Stranger things have happened. So anyway, moving on. So this is the Bperfect eyeshadow priming base. This is really good, guys, and I like this because you can walk into a chemist and just buy it. That is what I love about it. So yeah, the only problem I do have though is, again, it's in the one shade. I would really like to see more shades. The difference between the P. Louise and the Bperfect is that P. Louise has obviously a range of shades, but in saying that, this is very close to my skin tone, so this is good. I like the fact that it has an applicator though, and I do sometimes just use the applicator, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to be using my go-to, really battered Bedillions Tools 936 brush, just so I can get a good, precise application. I always work the product into the back of my hand first. I don't notice this do anything, I just have a habit of doing it, and I just do it. So you don't really need to do that if you don't want to. So Keith was like, I know exactly what palette I'm going to be picking out for you, and I was like, what, how could you possibly pick? But I'm a wild sucker for buying palettes and then not using them and forgetting about them. But anyway, this is the Revolution Cannabis palette, and I was meant to do a review and I just put it in my bag, completely forgot about it, and I don't even know how long ago it has been. But anyway, let me show you inside. Oh my god, it's actually really, really nice. So these are the shades inside, where they're greens, gold, kind of brown vibes, which I think are just beautiful. I think this is a class looking palette. Me, myself, and Mitchell palette I got off Beauty Bay. Holy moly. So this is amazing palette here. I actually haven't even used it, I don't think. I mean, I got it like ages ago and I haven't even used it. Isn't that an absolute sin? So I'm glad he picked these two palettes that I have never used. Let's start off with the Revolution one, and I mean, it's mainly greens, so I think we're going to have to go for green. I'm going to start off with Relax, because that's a good transition colour. Okay, so I'm going to start off with that, and then I'm going to go on with the greens. Not forgetting that he actually did pick two glitters, which are this kind of like coppery one and Gatsby. Love Gatsby by Peaches and Cream. It's like one of my favourites of theirs, but how we're going to incorporate it, who the hell knows. But anyway, we're going to go in with the Relax colour, I think. Okay, I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to go in with Leaf, which is this green colour. I have no idea where I'm going with these looks, but we're just going to get into it and see what they're like. Okay, there's not too much fallout. There's a little bit, but not much. And just let me apply that right there and start bringing it up slightly. One thing I definitely will say is that the pigment payoff is unreal in this first shade. I actually think this palette was like, was it under €20? It was really, really cheap, but that pigment is wow. Like, I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to go in with the shade Plant, which has a wee marijuana leaf on it. I don't know if you can see that. Can you actually get over the intenseness of these colours? Like, I can't even, why did I not use this? Do you know my problem is? I buy too damn much, but I actually really, really like that. I love the colours. Oh my god, this is delicious. Absolutely amazing colour payoff for the price. Jesus, and even the packaging's really cool, isn't it? I'm actually going to cut the crease today because I have some pigments as well to use, so we'll just keep going anyway. But I am really, 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 really impressed with this, and I'm actually glad that I started with a green instead of just starting with like a brown. So yeah, I like one with this shade here, which is called Cam. It's like a very light golden colour, and I'm just going to put that underneath the brow, trying to fuse the green and the gold kind of together so that it's not looking like just like a stripe. You want to like merge the colours together so that it looks nice and blended. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but my eyes, the shape that my eye is so hard to cut crease. And do you know what? I find it so hard because I have like a hooded eye and I just find it so difficult, but I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be fine. I need you to pray for me that this turns out alright, because I don't know if it will or not. Actually, I'm happy enough with the way this actually cut creased. Normally I would get a cotton bud and clean it all up, but I am running out of time because I'm a mother of 3 kids. So I don't have time to be cotton budding stuff and cleaning up stuff. So what you see is what you get today. But you know what? I'm really, really liking those colours. They really, really are good together. But anyway, moving on. I'm going to go in with Leaf first of all, and then I'm going to take that like Candyland colour, which is a nice shiny green, which I really, really like. So going in with that Leaf colour again, I'm just dabbing that on where the base meets the shadow. So I'm just dabbing that on to try and fuse the base and the shadow together. And this is where sometimes I have my problem. Sometimes it just doesn't look blended, but please God, this blends for me today. I actually think it's going to. I am really, really thinking it is. It is. It's a miracle. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the shade Candyland, this lovely shiny green, and I'm going to take a flat brush for that. There's not a lot of fallout, which is good. I prefer that there's not a lot of fallout, but if it happens, I'm not really that mad at it, because it does happen. Eyeshadows are apparently hard to mix, so anyway, this palette so far, so good, and it's so cheap as well. Oh, I like that. I really like that. Green is just something that I don't normally wear, but I actually really like it on myself. That is gorge. Loving that. So now that I have the Candyland colour on, I think what I'm going to do is I might take this darker colour, which is called Mist, or maybe I'm going to take Dope. What do I see? Pretty much of a muchness, I would like to say. One is slightly darker than the other, but I mean, do we really need these two on this palette? Probably not, because they're very, very similar. But anyway, we're going to continue on with the colour Mist, and I'm just going to take that to the very outer portion, because I just want that to be slightly a wee bit darker than the Candyland colour, but I still want it to be kind of like shimmery. So I'm just going to pat that on. So now I'm just going to take this wee pigment, which is from Peaches and Creams. I mean, their pigments are absolutely beautiful, and this is in the shade Gatsby, because Keith picked this and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but anyway, we'll leave that for the other eye look. I'm going to take Gatsby now, and I'm just going to put that into the inner corner. This is absolutely so goddamn pretty. Taking a small fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Plant, which is that dark green, and I'm going to go underneath the eye. Do you ever have like a makeup look in your head and you think, oh my god, is this even going to work out? And then it's nice. And then another makeup look that you might do and you think this is going to be really nice, and it turns out shit. Why is that? That always happens to me. I'm not lying, that always happens to me. Right, so I just noticed too that there is actually pressed glitters, and you know that I'm not a fan of pressed glitters and eyeshadows, but I think we should just use it. And I'm going to go in with the shade Goddess, because I just absolutely love the name Goddess. So I'm going to just take my finger for this one and just kind of like dab that on the lid. Really is really glittery though. Let's get the Me, Myself and Mitchell palette right on over here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the contrast this side, so I'm probably going to go with these types of colours. And I mean, these are bright. These are really bright. Wait, what just happened? Oh my god, I just literally, I don't know if you can see this, opened that up, and this literally just fell on top of me. Like the actual eyeshadow just literally crumbled out, and I've never even used this. What the fuck? Ah, help. Right, okay, so I'm just going to take a clean brush. I'm going to take the shade Mixer, which is this shade here. It's a nice kind of mustard kind of shade, which is really, really lovely. And I'm just going to pick some of that up as a transition color. I'm going to start at the outer portion and bring it right the way in, because I'm actually going to do another cut crease, would you believe? This color would be lovely too, along with nice purples and stuff. But I think I'm going to go for like the sunset vibe today, so that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go in with this color Mental. I don't even know what to think of this color. It's so bright, so it's probably going to be mental looking in my eye as well. These are not the kind of colors that I normally go for, but oh holy moly, there's a lot of pigment coming off of them pans there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but these are pretty pigmented, these shadows. Oh my god, look at that pigment. That is delicious. I love this. I love the color. That is absolutely gorgeous. I thought it was going to be brighter, but it's not as bright as I thought it was going to be. It's actually a really nice orange. And then I'm going to go in with another clean brush, pick up that color Mixer that you used first, and just kind of like start blending and fusing the two colors together. I think it actually helps when you go back and forth with your product sometimes. I really feel like I want to use this color as well. I may as well try it while we're here. Right, I'm just going to pick up my same brush that I was using earlier with that like orange color, and I'm going to pick up this color Muse. I think it may, oh my god, there is a lot of fallout in these colors, guys, but just be careful of that. And I actually think I'm going to go on now with Motto, which is a really purple color, this one here, just to give it a wee bit more definition before I cut the crease. I lost that color slightly a bit at the edges. So now I'm taking this color here, which is Melted, and this is like a real golden kind of color, but I think it's more glittery because I just put a wee bit underneath the brow bone and it did come up a wee bit more glittery than actual pigment. But just to kind of highlight underneath the eye, I just wanted to go in with a wee something, and I couldn't really find a shade like, you know, like a whitish goldy color or anything like that. They're more like pink and kind of white, purple and kind of white, and green and kind of white. So that's the 3 shades there that I'm talking about. So this one here is quite like a minty kind of greeny color. So there, it's there. And then this one here is more like a purpley kind of, I don't know if you can see it in the camera. And then this one here has got like a pinky kind of shade on it. They're really, really pretty, by the way. For the purpose of this, I wanted something more golden. Oh, do you know what? This is really, really lovely, and it really reminds me of sunset. Isn't that fabulous? You see that? Okay, time to cut the crease. Okay, I always really get upset about my cut crease because sometimes it just does not work out for me, but I'm actually quite happy with this today, which is pretty damn great. Yay! I actually think you need to let the bases dry down when you cut the crease for a wee minute, because I think if you put the shadow on top of them, they definitely do. Something happens, I don't know what it is. I did just clean this brush. It does not look clean, but I did clean it with surgical spirits to get the green out of it, and that is the result. Don't know what happened, but we're going to go in now with Manchester because it's just calling my name, Manchester. The fact that I went there on my hen party, oh my god, if you've never visited Manchester, you need to go there. It's absolutely an amazing place, and I had the best time for my hen party. Oh my god, dream boys, that's all I'm going to say. But anyway, moving on because my husband will be watching this. Wow, she's bright. She is bright yellow, but I kind of like it. And do you know what? I'm actually going to use this palette again very soon because it's really class. I love it. I just really don't know how I'm going to incorporate this, but Keith did pick this, so I have to put it somewhere. So I think I'm going to put it on the lid. I don't know how it's going to work though. It's like going to just really cover that yellow, but we're going to have to just do it. But first of all, I'm going to do underneath the eye, and I'm going to go in with the shade Mental, which is the bright orange color. But a fallout though, I just need to like kind of, oh my god, I look pure yellow under there now. Oh my god, can you see that? I am so like yellow. Oh my god of almighty. I can't believe that happened. Hey, it is what it is. This is YouTube. There's no going back. It is what it is. Something about... Oh my god, do you ever get a song that's in your head and all you do is sing the one verse all the time? That's what I do all the time. So I'm going to go on with that color Motto now, which is like the kind of like purpley kind of color. Well, it's like more like a mauve kind of color, and I'm just going to place that underneath as well, just to darken up the under eye. Okay, so we're going to apply the glitter. I hope this doesn't ruin the look, but it may. Okay, so to apply my glitter, I'm going to use a glitter glue, which would be where? This one here, I got so long ago. I mean, I'm talking years. I don't even know if it's probably still safe to use, but it smells okay. Let me see. Shelf life of 6 months. I must have this about 2 years. I'm just going to apply it anyway. Don't try this at home. If something has a shelf life on it, throw it out after the shelf life. But I don't actually have another glitter glue here, so I'm just going to have to use this one. I don't know what it's doing. Pretty much ruined that eye. That is... that is not working. That is not working at all. Why did I even put this on? If I had just left it and put the glitter on by itself, it probably would have been nice. But the fact that I went and put this stuff that's out of date on my eye, I now have an eye that looks like this. Okay, so I don't even know how to rectify that. I'm going to have to really look for another glitter glue. You're going to have to give me a wee second. So this may come to the rescue. This is the next glitter glue. Oh, what did I do? Right, okay, so the next glitter glue is coming to save the day, hopefully. And I'm just going to apply that with a brush that probably doesn't even exist because I don't even have all my brushes with me. Okay, take 2. I'm really sad though that we're missing now the yellow, because I actually quite like the yellow, but like I say, this man picked my makeup and I had no control over it, and I had to throw it in somewhere, so this is where we threw it. But if I had to say, the worst decision I ever did was to use this because it just ruined it. But that is just fine and dandy because we're going to put lashes on. We're not even going to see the mistakes really. Just applying the shade Melted to try and fuse these together, but it is just a nightmare. Only good thing is you learn from mistakes, so I will never do that again. I will never use an out-of-date product on my eyelid and think it's gonna work, because obviously it's definitely not gonna work. Okay, so now I'm gonna just go ahead and apply my lashes off camera, and I'll be back in a little. I don't know if I'll ever learn my lesson when it comes to makeup and mistakes. So I literally got like black marks, and I thought, oh, I'll just cover that with some Jeffree Star. It's not covering. And I'm just making it worse. The more makeup I apply, the worse it is becoming. But sure, hey, listen, if you couldn't have a bit of fun when you're doing the makeup, it's just a good job I'm not going out anywhere, because I would be absolutely raging. I can tell you one thing's for sure, that concealer is not easy to work with. Okay, moving on. Okay, so we went for a little wing liner on this side and just a normal liner on this side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some more blush, because I lost everything in that catastrophe. Do you know what? I just think there is, I don't know, is there a bad aura around me right now? It's just nothing is going right for me at all. And it's so annoying. It's so annoying. First, I lose 2 videos to YouTube. I went to do one this morning and then I couldn't because I have a wee girl with special needs, and she decided I am not going to be in good form this morning. So that was a disaster. And now my makeup is, well, I'll let that speak for itself. I just add some more blush and hope that this rectifies my life. One thing I am very excited about is highlighter. Keith actually picked out Artist Couture, which I haven't used in so long, so I'm really excited to be using this today. It's like a wee powdery one. It is really, really nice. It's really pretty. Sometimes though, I just feel like you have more control out of a pressed highlighter, but these are really nice too. And what I like to do is get at my brush and then swirl it around the lid, so the product's really getting right under your brush, so that you have more control over where you're putting it and things like that. So let's just put this on. You're going to be really loving this, because it is actually really pretty. Oh Lord Almighty. Forgot how pretty this actually is. Look at that. Oh Lord, that is blinding. She's really blinding, so be careful. This is what I mean. When you're using powders like this, it's really, really, do you see what I mean? She is bright. Give myself a wee tan man nose, sure, why not? Not like I'm going anywhere out of the house anytime soon. Nobody's gonna even see me. For lipstick today, he just, I don't even think he looked. He just went, oh here, this, you know, this'll do. But it's actually a really nice color, and it's by MAC, and it is Tres Blaze. Actually, I forgot how lovely this is. This combo, which is Tres Blaze and Soar by MAC, is my kind of like go-to if I'm going to like a wedding or something. I really just like a pinky nude on myself. It's just my kind of thing that I am into. But if you're into a more nudie nude, I actually like Honey Love and Cork together. They're a really nice combo as well. So guys, this is the finished look. We had some blips along the way, but we got there in the end, and it's a good job I'm not leaving the house. Well, for one, I've got 2 different coloured eyes, and 2, this eye just was causing me bother. The products that I use today are products that I have for like a while. Some of them I actually didn't use for quite a while, which I actually remember now how good they were. One of them being was this wee brow pomade by Inglot. It is really, really, really good, and I'm going to continue to use it. So yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to say it again, I'm going to continue to say it. This really helps me grow my YouTube, and let me tell you something, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that get absolutely paid. They get their products sent to them. I don't. I pay for all my own products and everything, so it really helps me if you would like and subscribe and leave a few comments, like the video, and interact. That's really important when it comes to like social media and blogging and being an influencer or whatever you want to call it. So for now, it is a goodbye for me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!